Hi, happy February. So we are going to do a currently inked. Um, Beforehand, let's talk about last month and then we'll get into swatching what is on deck for this month. So we've got last month our currently inked. I am going to move forward with the TWSBI Eco Glow Purple with Diamine Harmony, and thankfully it's February and I think purple is a good color for that. The Pelikan Twist still has some ink left in it, so that one's going to move forward. The Ferris Wheel Press Storied Blue is getting cleaned out at the end of the month. So that one will not be moving forward. The Sailor 21K, I went through that ink. The Sailor Pro Gear Slim with Diamine Polar Glow, I went through that ink, but the Sailor Pro Gear Slim will come back for February. The Ferris Wheel Press with the gold-plated brush pen and Birmingham Pen Company Armadillo, I used that one up on the 15th. I am going to move forward with the TWSBI Diamond 580 and Birmingham Pen Company Pennsylvania Fieldstone. Spoiler, I'll probably be using that through to August minimally. The Pilot Elite, that one was finished on the 28th. The Kaweco Student, that was finished on the 28th. The Pelikan Moonstone, I refilled that on the 14th. It still has ink in it, so I'm going to continue using that. The TWSBI Eco Glow Green with the Ackerman ink still has some ink in it, so that's going to move forward. The Moon Man, that one is all used up as of the 30th. The Narwhal and Galen Leather Co. With Inkabara Brown Gray will move forward. The Pilot Decimo used up the Vinta Armada on the 27th, but that's also going to come back in February. And the Pilot Firmo, this pen right here with Burnt Walnut, I'm still using that pen. So let's start our currently inked with, and here is a little preview of what the colorway will look like. So we're going to use a Galen Leather Co. Tomoe River 52-gram white paper book. Also, coming back to this, I did a ink swatch of all of my navy inks. The bride chose Diamine Inkvent 2021 Storm. So that will be the navy wedding color. Next month I will ink that up in a pen and probably keep that through August. All right, so let me just get this nice and oriented. I'm gonna do this, I guess, like that. Okay. You know what? I'm actually gonna turn it. That'll be more comfortable for me. Used to writing January. February 2023. Wonderful. All right, so starting with the pens and inks that are going to move forward, I have a TWSBI Eco in Glow Purple, and this has Diamine Harmony from Inkvent 2021. And this has an extra fine nib. The Next is another pen that is moving forward. This is the Pelikan Twist. And it has a chromo shading ink in it. This is a fine nib with Sailor Itazora. All right, next up is another TWSBI. This is one of the inks that I got for Christmas from my husband. This has a fine nib, and it's Ackerman 28. And I am not able to spell this without referencing Hofwartier, which means like a greenway, green lawn, grass. So the color definitely matches that. Okay, then we have a TWSBI Diamond 580, and this is in an extra fine. It's the Rose Gold, and Birmingham Pen Company, Pennsylvania, Fieldstone. This might be my 2023 ink color, because I just can't get enough of using it. And this is a Pelikan Sovereign M400 in a very wet extra fine with Pelikan Edelstein Moonstone ink. I'm just not ready to give up this pen ink combination yet. It's so nice to write with. So you might see that for a few more months. Next up is the Narwhal, which this brand has changed their name to Navalar, but this particular pen still has the Narwhal name on it. And it's a collaboration with Galen Leather Co. And it's a rose gold demonstrator pen. And this is in a fine nib. And it continues to be inked up with Inkybera Brown Gray. And it has a really good ink capacity, but I imagine I'll probably get through this ink this month. And next is, and this will end the pen ink combinations that carry forward. This one is Pilot Firmo in a fine, and it is the dark green color, and it's inked up with Birmingham Pen Company Burnt Walnut. Now let's talk about the new pen and ink combination. So first up, because February is a month for pinks and reds, So I have my Pilot Decimo in the champagne color. With a fine nib. And this is inked up with Ferris Wheel Press, Madame Mulberry. This is my first time writing with this ink. It is actually pretty light on the paper, so we'll see how I like that as the month goes on. And I do have a bottle of that ink. The next one is a Lamy LX Rose Gold, and this is an extra fine nib, and it's inked up with Robert Oster Rose Gold Antiqua. This is a shimmer ink, so I'm interested to see how it does with this pen. And I have a sample of that ink. All right, so next I have Ferris Wheel Press brush pen. In a fine, and it's inked up with Ferris Wheel Press Velvet Ballet, and this is also a shimmer ink. Such a beautiful pen. I love that one. I have a sample of this from the Ink Journal. And then the last one is love the scratchy sound of this one. So this is a Sailor Pro Gear Slim, and it is a Famous Moon, and this is a medium fine, and it's inked up with Noodler's Black Swan in English Roses. So there's that one. Now this one you can still get on Amazon for under $100. So for those of you looking to get into the Sailor Pro Gear Slim with a 14 karat gold rose nib, 14 karat gold nib, I would highly recommend picking that up on Amazon. It's been wonderful. It comes with a cartridge, and then you can get the converter for around $6 or $7 on Amazon. So the first time I used it in December, I used I think it was November, I used the cartridge, and then I refilled the cartridge in December, and then I ordered the converter, and now I'm using the converter. So here is my palette for February. It does have a lot of pinks and purples and grays. The TWSBI Glow Green with the Ackerman is definitely an outlier. The Sailor Itazora is probably a second outlier, but the rest of them are a really nice palette that I'm working with. So I'm excited to have a very pink and gray month with a little pop of purple. So I hope you all enjoyed this. Let me know what you're inking up for February, and certainly let me know if you have any of the same inks that I do, and I'd love to check out your writing samples and your pen and ink combination. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful February.